here after this Vegas trip. It was a big game. Giannis and Dame 2 in a row, just to kind of handle it.
It just tells you where we are now and where we were. I mean, early in the year we wouldn't have won either game. Now we're not only winning games, we're winning them, with a cushion. And I thought defensively tonight it was maybe one of our best defensive efforts. I thought our guards, Dre, AJ, Ryan, DeLon, GT, just kept them out of the paint. One of the things they want to do, they want to shoot threes. Well, if you don't get beat off the dribble, you can't create any threes. And I thought we did a great job of that tonight.
That group also defensive rebounded.
Yeah.
Well, how important was it, especially if they're going to have a cold shooting night, to really limit the defense?
Well, one of the things they do, they do crash the glass. They try to turn you over. We didn't do either one of those things. Our guards rebounded their butts off tonight. They rebounded well the last game. And then offensively, we're just really spreading the ball. Chris, DeLon, I thought maybe his best game of the year. I thought he controlled the entire game for us tonight. Very happy for him.
Coach, the Bulls cut it to 8. Then immediately a 9-0 run with those 2 threes by Trent in the corner.
Yeah.
That gets extended to 16-4.
Yeah, both created by DeLon. You remember downhill attacks? That was great.
Sure. And it goes all the way, I think it was to 22-6 over the quarter break. Now, I noticed right after that Terry lay-in that cut it to 8, you didn't call timeout, and you got Rollins taking up the floor. It looked like I think it was that play, you gave one of these to him. I mean, what were you trying to communicate to him, and how could you guys accomplish that without taking the timeout?
Yeah, well, we know what we want to run. We called a set, we got it. We wanted them to push the break and run our 77. We got into it. I thought, instead of calling a timeout and putting them on alert that you're running something, run something we already have. Get downhill and create a shot, and that's what he did. So, again, another thing you couldn't have done early, because DeLon probably wouldn't have known 77, or neither would Ryan. But they kind of know our stuff now, and they're running it.
You talked a little bit about Chris before the game. Does it just feel like another step?
Yeah. He even misses some shots that you're surprised. Right now, they're going to go in, but he missed 2 or 3 of those elbow shots that he literally never misses. And he still kind of fumbles the ball a little bit at the basket. But, again, it's just going to take him time. These minutes have been fantastic for him. To keep him under 25 in the last 2 games when we have Dame and Giannis out and still keep Chris under 25, that's huge for us.
Brooke and Bobby both stepping up in Giannis' absence. What have you seen from those two to, be a part of this collective effort without Giannis and Dame?
Just playing off of each other. Playing the inside-outside game. I thought, they had the one big. I thought we would always have an advantage with one of our 2 bigs. And whichever one had the smaller guy, we took advantage. We went to the post. What I liked most is they didn't just shoot the ball. They passed the ball. You look at our team, no Giannis, no Dame. Who gets downhill for us? And so we thought, well, post it. That's the same thing as getting into the paint. They help. We throw it out, and we get shots that way. So we kind of inverted the game that way, and it was good for us.
I think going into the year, we knew what DeLon could do defensively. Andre, what have you maybe seen from Ryan Rollins? I think he has a couple deflections.
Yeah, I tell you, he has great hands. He's tough. Really slides his feet. He's showing us he's a terrific defender, and he's got the competitive gene, which helps.
I know you saw what Chris can do when guys are hurt in the playoffs. This is coming off 2 ankle surgeries and a ramp up. To see that 10-0 run and him, I guess, take over in a way that's much different than Giannis and Dame. Yeah. Again, is that another thing where it's like, okay, he's maybe not all the way back, but this is what this guy can do.
It's just another step. I mean, we know what he can do, but he just has to get there. And he still will have up and down games for a little while longer. His conditioning still has a long way to go. Just think, Chris, with what he's doing now with conditioning, and having that third, really 4th scorer because you had Bobby in that group makes us really good.
The conditioning with Chris that you're talking about, that's when he wraps up, Dosunmu on a drive.
Yeah, I asked him why he fouled him, and he said he was tired. Not a lot of coaches can say to that. Okay. That's what I said. I mean, and he said, I was tired. I just fouled him. So.
But the conditioning that shows up maybe a little bit more defensively, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. You can see it. And then sometimes just offensive rhythm. You can see that. Like he threw a couple of passes that got away from him. That's fatigue.
Coach, if we include the in-season or the NBA Cup, and the playoffs from last year, this is your 71st game as coach of the Bucks. So
Is that right? Wow.
almost at a full year, and you include the wins, you're now 36-35. What do you think about this last month or so getting?
It's finally the team that we thought we would be. The last 20 games, last 15 games, I don't know the number, is what we were trying to get to. We never had a chance last year because no one was ever healthy. But now we're starting to get guys healthy. We drastically changed what we did defensively this summer, and had a chance to work on it. They have it. You can see it. And we're getting to a point defensively now, and they're calling each other out. That's when you're starting to get it. There were 3 or 4 times you can hear our guys point to be in the right spot. And we still have steps there. I think our next step still is execution offensively. Like as good as we are, I think there's another level that we can get to. But this is what we thought about, and we're starting to do it.
When did you think the players, as you were installing this new defense, took maybe a few weeks, but when did you think maybe it was really starting to click?
I actually thought we had a stretch where we lost all the games, but Cleveland, Boston, you could see it. Like we didn't win the games, but you felt like it's coming. And that's, I think, when the change of our team happened. Thanks, guys. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.